Did you know that over 80% of our communication is nonverbal? So if you're struggling with confidence in English, I've got a secret for you. Sometimes it's just not about the words, but it's about how you carry yourself. It's about how you use silent language. In this video, I'll show you how to own any conversation even before you speak. Hello, everyone. I'm Devin Bruce, and welcome to Frustrated to Fluent. I'm the CEO and founder of the English Communication Academy. We help non-native English speakers in healthcare communicate effectively with their patients, colleagues, and staff. And today I wanted to talk to you about something that's not really discussed on the language learning side of things, because I get it. A lot of times we focus on the words, right? Or we focus on other things like voice or pacing. But most of our communication is through our body. And so I wanted to talk about this today because if you're struggling with trying to be fluent and you're like, I'm extremely fluent, what's the problem? Well, this could be one of the problems. So today I'm going to show you 6 tips on how to own your body confidence. All right, tip number 1, it's called the pause power trick. This one is pretty easy. All you do is just simply pause before you speak. And you do that because it makes you sound more confident. And the reason why it makes you sound more confident is because it signals authority. For example, something that I see in the academy all the time is that a lot of people speak way too fast. And so it sounds like one giant blob of stuff instead of individual words. And sometimes I feel like people do that is because they're just not confident. And so if you pause and just take a second and breathe and then speak, your fluency is going to sound a lot smoother. So it's kind of like just coming out and being like, I think, but if you pause and say, I think, it changes the vibe. And that's what you want. So a great and quick action tip for this is just to pause before you answer any questions, especially in meetings. Okay, tip number 2, and this one I love. It's called instant smiling. All this is smiling before speaking. Now, this might be a little weird, but hear me out. The reason why that this works is because when you smile before you speak, it makes people perceive you as more fluent. Also, it makes you a lot more engaging. Like, let's try this. I'm going to say the word good morning. I'm going to say good morning, and I'm going to try and say it angry or just with no expression. And I'm like, good morning. But if I smile before I say it and I say, good morning, do you notice the difference? And I wasn't even trying. I wasn't doing anything like over the top. I was just naturally doing it. But do you see how there was a bit of a difference in how you felt when you received my words? That can really help. So your action step for this one is just to simply smile before you start talking. It works. Or you can just start smiling before you say good morning. That works too. Okay, tip number 3. This is the power posture effect. And what this is just basically paying attention to your posture. And this is so important because posture affects how you sound and also how people listen to you. And it's so true. When I was taking on personal clients, I worked with someone in particular who was giving a big medical presentation and he was not very confident. And when we first started working together, he would slouch over like this when he would talk. And I couldn't really hear what he was saying because he was speaking down. So when I was telling him that he needs to, widen his stance and speak and confidently to his audience, that alone helped him so much with his clarity in particular, because he wasn't speaking down, he was speaking out. It also just improves breathing, voice clarity, and presence. I want you to try it. Slouch down and say, I have an idea. Now sit up straight and say it again. I have an idea. Your voice instantly sounds stronger. So your action step for this one, before any meeting, take a deep breath, stand tall, and roll your shoulders back. This will automatically show that you are confident, you are in control, you are in command, you know what you're doing. Tip number 4 is called the triangle eye gaze. Sometimes people struggle with making eye contact because they're not confident. And so just directly staring at someone makes people feel awkward. But what you can do is this simple eye trick to help with that. So what you do is you look at one person's eye, then the other person's eye, and then their mouth, and then just kind of do this with your eyes. Now, obviously, you're not going to do that with your head because if you do, you're going to look like this. You don't want that. But if you simply just quietly do that to yourself, I'm going to pretend like I'm talking to someone here. I was pretending someone was in front of me. It helps with the way that you are approaching things. It makes you look more engaged. It makes you look more confident and present in the conversation. So try this. Try it in the mirror and take a look and see how it looks for yourself. So your action step for this one, try this when you're out and about, whether you're at a networking event or you're at a meeting or high stakes conversations. That will help you with looking like you are engaged and not staring awkwardly at someone. Tip number 5 is the slow blink trick. And what it simply is that you just slow down your blinking to make you look more calm and confident. This works because fast blinking, I'm going to try it right now. Fast blinking like this, it makes you look nervous, but slow blinking like this, it just makes you look like you're in control. Think of a leader that you admire and keep an eye out on the way that they blink. Do they blink fast or do they blink on the slower side? If you do this, you'll notice that a lot of the amazing leaders, they do blink rather slowly. Your action step for this one, before answering any tough question, take a slow blink. It helps reduce anxiety. Tip number 6. This is the invisible space trick. This just means that you leave your mouth a little bit open after speaking. This prevents interruptions because if someone can tell that you're not feeling confident, unfortunately, people pounce on that and they try to dominate you and to take control. But if you just leave your mouth a little bit open after you speak, especially if you're feeling uncomfortable, it will let the person that you're talking to know that you're not done yet. This is really good if you're feeling anxious and you're feeling like you're starting to lose control. This will help you regain that control. TED speakers do a really good job with this one. So I advise you to go just look at some TED Talks and see how they do it. It's amazing. So your action step for this one is to just try it in a conversation with someone that you know constantly interrupts you, and you'll see the difference. It's amazing. It's amazing how this works. All right. And finally, this is something that I do a lot. It's hand gestures. I know I talk with my hands, but when you talk with your hands, it naturally needs more fluency. And this might sound kind of weird, but I've read speakers who gesture like this appear about 20% more fluent. So this is something that I also want you to observe. Compare speaking with and without hand movements. So try it. Speak with your hands and speak without. How does that feel? Gesturing adds confidence and it also adds clarity. This one might be a little awkward if you're not used to it, but try it. You never know how it might work out for you. So your action step for this one is to use intentional hand gestures in video calls, meetings, and in presentations. It helps. Which silent hack are you going to try first? Please let me know in the comments. I want to hear them. Okay, to recap all of these silent hacks, remember that you can pause before you speak. That makes you sound more confident. You can do the silent smiling. That's just smiling before you're speaking. The power posture effect. That's when you know that your posture affects the way you speak. So make sure that you're upright and you're confident and your shoulders are back. The triangle gaze. You look at one eye, the other eye, and then the mouth and just do like a slow repeat of that. The slow blink, the invisible space trick, just leaving your mouth a little bit open when people try to interrupt you when you're speaking. And then hand gestures. Hand gestures add to your fluency. If you found this helpful, please hit the like and subscribe button below. And if you are tired of not having confidence with your English, we have a free 5-day Frustrated to Fluent challenge. The link for that is in the description box below. And if you feel like you want more information on how to become frustrated to fluent, check these videos out too. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Take care.